January 28, 2022, breaking news. A great news for everyone who has been waiting for the latest update for February 1, 2022 to February 15, 2022. Now, the latest protocol for arriving travelers is out, and indeed, it is a great news for OFWs, non-OFWs, foreigners with existing visa, and even for foreigners who will be visiting or who would want to visit the Philippines for leisure purposes. Watch this video and find out more about it. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Jamey Iris bringing to you the latest breaking news for the Philippines. What are the highlights that we have for today? We'll focus for the breaking news only for the latest arrival protocol that was just announced a few hours ago for non-OFWs, OFWs, foreigners with existing and valid visa, and even for foreigners who would want to visit the Philippines for leisure purposes. Finally, we now have received our great news that we have been waiting for a long time already. So what is this news? So let us just take a look. But before that, let me just welcome everyone. If this is your first time to actually watch this channel or this video, I simply want to say welcome. And at the same time, I simply want to invite you to please subscribe to my channel so that at least you'll get updated with the latest information, travel updates, and even tutorials that I prepare for all my viewers, and that includes you. And of course, to all my subscribers, thank you so much for always watching. Now, for the breaking news, we have 3 breaking news that we have for today. So all of these are linked with what we call the arrival protocol. So first and foremost is, again, the Philippines actually scrapped the COVID-19 country classifications. What does that mean? Second, so there's a new arrival protocol for our non-OFWs, OFWs, and balikbayan. And the third one is there's a great news for any foreigners who would like to visit the Philippines for leisure purposes. So let us just take a look for the first news. So for the first news, it's from the CNN Philippines. It says that the Philippines scraps the COVID-19 risk classification for incoming travelers. This was again written by Lara Tan only today, January 28. Now, the Philippines had removed the red, yellow, green list classification. What does this mean? It means that there will be no distinction anymore, regardless if you are a traveler arriving from the country that has high, or even you're arriving from a country that has moderate or low risk for COVID-19 transmission. Instead, there will be different requirements for arriving passengers, and it will be based from their vaccination status. First, for fully vaccinated travelers, you are no longer required to undergo facility-based quarantine. Yay! Okay? It means that you only have to ensure that you provide an RT-PCR test negative result taken within 48 hours before your departure. And you have to continue to monitor yourself for a home quarantine of 7 days. So that's for fully vaccinated only, regardless of what country you're coming from. I know this had been a long time wish for everyone. Finally, it's granted to all of us. Now, second, for unvaccinated and partially vaccinated travelers, you still have to undergo the facility-based quarantine until you get a negative test result taken on the 5th day, and then complete your 14-day quarantine at home. Now, for outbound travelers, regardless of your vaccination status, you must present a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours before your departure. But then again, everyone, for outbound departing passengers, just make sure you double check with your airlines what's the specific requirements for the country that you are flying from, just in case they're very specific and they want RT-PCR instead of antigen. Now, Nograles also said that the quarantine and testing protocols in place will remain until a new variant of concern emerges. So it might mean that this might be February 1 onwards. So that we will take a look at the protocol, and I'll share that to you in details in my other video. And meanwhile, they also mentioned that the Philippines once again will fully accept fully vaccinated tourists from the non-visa required countries starting February 10. So this is the other news that we have. So February 10, so we will be accepting again foreign tourists. So for those who have been asking me for quite some time already, Miss Jamey, when will they be accepting? When will the Philippines be accepting the foreign tourists? Finally, everyone. So February 10 is the date. But then again, please take note, only for fully vaccinated foreign tourists. Now, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergara said that the Department of Health made the recommendation to the IATF to ease travel restrictions in light of the widespread transmission of the highly contagious Omicron variant in the community. She said that data that had shown the local spread of the Omicron variant did not actually root or stem from the returning overseas Filipinos. She actually added that there are a lot more Omicron patients without travel history at all compared to ROFs who were found with Omicron. And she said our experts are saying the restrictions don't make sense anymore because the transmission here in our country is already too high, perhaps even higher than in countries where travelers with subject to restrictions actually come from. Now, the health official said that the lifting of the travel ban efforts to cut transmission in the community should be strengthened. Now, the Philippines has a total of 1,153 Omicron cases, mostly with the stealth subvariant BA.2, which is the most common lineage among local cases. So again, everyone, that's the latest news that we have for today. And again, something that we have to remember. So February 1, starting that time. So the country classification for colors are now scrapped. So everyone who's fully vaccinated, you will only have one classification. You simply have to get your RT-PCR test done within 48 hours before your flight. You have to have the result, your vaccination status also, or certificate. You have to actually show it to them before your departure. And then after that, once you arrive in the Philippines, you can definitely go home and go back to your home country. I'll share to you in details in my other video the complete protocols. This is just the breaking news. But then again, everyone, I'll give you the full details in my other video. For non-vaccinated or partially vaccinated, so you still have to go through, okay, the quarantine. You will have to be swab tested on the 5th day. So it means non-OFWs and foreigners, you might, if you're partially or unvaccinated, you have to have at least a booking of at least 6 days and 5 nights, so that at least you can go back to the Philippines. You still have to provide them a pre-booking of at least 6 days and 5 nights, so that at least upon your travel to the Philippines, this is still a requirement for all of you. For our foreigners, so if you are a foreign tourist and you don't have any existing visa, you can now visit the Philippines as long as you are from any of this country who does not require any visa upon entry to the Philippines. Let us just say some on the first 30 days. So these are the countries that are allowed to enter the Philippines by February 10. Again, you must be fully vaccinated and you must present a vaccination certificate that will prove that you are fully vaccinated. Or again, for some, you only have the card. Now, I'll give you the full details also in my other video based from our protocol. And just a reminder for all the foreigners, so in our last protocol that was announced several weeks ago, so they also mentioned that starting February 16, any foreign travelers who are not fully vaccinated in the Philippines will not be allowed to enter. So it means that February 16 onwards, only fully vaccinated foreigners will be allowed to enter the Philippines. So with that, everyone, this is the latest breaking news that we have here in the Philippines. So please watch out for my video where I will discuss all the protocols that we have for February, the new arrival protocol, so that at least you will know and you are clear about it. So with that, everyone, if you find this video very helpful and informative, please click like. And at the same time, I'm inviting you to please subscribe to my channel so that you'll always get updated with the latest information and of course the tutorials that I'm preparing for all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and at the same time, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you, everyone. Looking forward that all of you are happy simply because the protocols now are are less restricted, and at the same time, finally, our foreign tourists can also go back to our country. And for fully vaccinated individuals, you can definitely go back to the country without the need to do a quarantine. So with that, everyone, please watch my other video that will have the complete protocol for your arrival here in the Philippines by February 1 or February 10 for the foreigners. Thank you so much for watching our breaking news for today.